everyone, my name is Tori, this is Novel Life, and welcome back to my channel. Today I have another romance recommendations video to share with you, and I'm going to be talking about some billionaire romances. I absolutely love billionaire romances. I don't know what it is when a guy or a girl has a ton of money, whether they're like a millionaire, billionaire, whatever, they're all under the same category. Rich men, rich people. I love it. I love this spending money in romance books because I feel like sometimes that just like makes the romance and the couple dynamic so different. Like, he is super rich and he can solve all of her problems with money. But she's like, no, I don't need it. And I'm like, yes, girl, you do. One of my favorites. I absolutely love it. Anyway, before we dive into the romance recommendations, I want to thank the sponsor of today's video, and that is Pippa Grant. So Pippa Grant has a brand new release out, and it is called The Gossip and the Grump. Okay, so I'm someone that I don't always like cartoon covers, but I absolutely love the little puppy. He's not a very little puppy, but I call him a puppy. I think this cover is actually like aesthetically pleasing for some reason. And in this book, our female character and our main male character had a one-night stand, and she spilled all of her secrets to him, and he just like kept those secrets. Well, now when she goes back home, she finds out he's actually the person who has bought her cafe. This cafe has been in her family for years, and she is like just trying to keep it going, and he has bought it, so it's like a boss and employee. The banter is absolutely amazing. This is like a frenemies to lovers, because it's like they were kind of friends on their one night stand, and then when he comes into town, she's like, oh, hell no. But he's like so attractive and so handsome. He has all this money, and he can literally like make a lot of her problems go away. I would technically say this is also a second chance because they had that one night stand, you know, and they had like a moment and they really felt something towards each other. I definitely would count it as a second chance. This is just a very like heartwarming book. While it is kind of rom-com-y, it's still rom-com-y with like amazing banter, but the romance is very heartwarming. So if you're looking to pick up a super cute, a little bit cozy, because it has that small town vibe read, definitely check out The Gossip and the Grump. Actually, the audiobook is out as well as paperback and ebook. So however you read, you can pick it up right now. I will have the link to check out this book in the description box below. Thank you so much to Pippa Grant for sponsoring this video. I absolutely love and adore this cover, and I hope that you guys pick it up. Let me know in the comments down below if you're going to pick it up. I hope everyone does. And now let's just go ahead and jump into the romance recommendations. So the first book I want to talk about is one that I've previously talked on my channel about, and that is Trust Me by Tiffany Patterson. I recently got this as a gift from Kiana. I love this book. I talked about it in my 29 books for my 29th birthday. I want more people to read this book. Not only is this a billionaire romance where he owns this really big company, and our female character is forced to kind of infiltrate his company as kind of a spy, get this information, but someone's forcing her to do that. And the reason behind it is something I don't want to say because it's a little bit of a spoiler, but when he finds out that she is doing all this and kind of like taking out his company's secrets and handing them off to other people, he's like, you know what? Instead of me just sending you to jail, reporting you, getting you in trouble, all of that stuff, I'm gonna have you marry me. I'm forcing you to marry me to be spiteful to her. And, you know, she's forced to like live with him and do all this stuff. And this like revenge aspect makes the romance even more. I definitely did not see that coming. And it is just a book that has so many twists and turns that you don't really expect in a contemporary romance. And it has twists and turns, not in like a romantic suspense way. It's just things that pop up with the characters and what their intentions are that you don't really see coming. There is a really big caretaking scene that happens before he finds out that she's kind of like taking all these company secrets and like, you know, handing them off to other people. And that caretaking scene is such a pivotal moment that you're like, oh my God, they're feeling something for each other. And I absolutely adore it. But then it all gets screwed up when he finds out the secret she's keeping. So I really love it. I love this cover. I need more people to read Tiffany Patterson. Please, 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 please go pick up this book. If you take any of these recommendations, I want it to be this one. Like, I want to scream about this book so freaking much. I want everyone to read it. Please and thank you. The next one I want to talk about is Undulate by Elodie Hart. So Elodie Hart is an author that I've discovered this year, and I absolutely have fell in love with her story. This whole series that she's creating kind of takes place around a sex club set in London, which I love London. Any book that's set in like London or really outside of the United States, I feel like it's just like, I don't know, because I want to visit those places. I get really excited about them. So in Undulate, this is actually the second book in the series, and it follows the single dad who is also called Spreadsheet Daddy, because he has tons of spreadsheets. He's the financial person, one of the owners. Like, he's a financial person of this company that runs with like a friend group. And the female character is actually the best friend from the first book. So you really get to see her a little bit in that book, but you don't have to read them in order. You Can Unfurl is the first book, but my favorite's definitely the second book, Undulate, but because he's a single dad and his 2 little girls are absolutely adorable. Basically what happened to the mom is the mom passed away from cancer. So it was very quick, within a year. So he's having a hard time wrapping his head around it. The girls have a hard time wrapping their head around it. And he really uses our female character to heal. He really does like put a lot of his healing and growth and stuff like that into the female character and kind of expects her to fix him, which then it gets really messy and it's great. So that's one that I want everyone to read and I want everyone to check out. The next one I want to talk about is Magnolia Parks by Jessa Hastings. I'm going to mention this one because if you like the money like I do, this is perfect. All of these people in the Magnolia Parks universe, all of them, they all have money. Every single one of them, they have so much money and they throw it around, whether that's in the parties they have, the clothes that they wear, the places that they go, the private planes they take to other places that they can't access with a car, their cars, the way they live, everything is money. And of course, this is super angsty, super toxic, just this all-encompassing book that I think a lot of people definitely should read if you haven't already. But I talked about this enough. I'm just going to throw this one out there because I really did love it. The next one I have for you is a super spicy book, and that's Not So Lucky by Trelina Pucci. So I listened to the audiobook of this. This is a full cast narration, literally a full cast narration, and I absolutely loved it. I think it just takes the audio to the next level. But basically, this book, our female character and a male character, they get married in Vegas. They have a wedding when they're completely drunk. She is like a hairdresser. She's starting to open up her own hair salon with her best friend. He's a football player. And when they get married, he lets his 2 really close teammates, like rail his wife. So they have money because they're all football players. So it's like that kind of wealth. And I wanted to throw it out there. It is a super spicy romance that I just think is really great. Like I found it really fun. So if you're looking for a quick, easy read that has the Billionaire feels because they're all really high paying, football players, definitely check out this. Spicy good time. The next one I had to talk about is more of a small town billionaire romance, and that is Glimmers of You by Catherine Cowles. This is the 3rd book in the Lost and Found series. The 4th book is coming out at the end of October. I absolutely loved Glimmers. My favorite is Echoes of You, but I want to put this out there because the hero comes to a super small town and he's a billionaire. So our hero comes back into town after being gone for a while. It's actually the heroine's brother's best friend that he comes back in town. So he leaves, comes back with a lot of money. Our female character actually has type 1 diabetes, if I'm not mistaken. So he left because he was so scarred because something happened to her when they were on a hike together where her blood sugar dropped so much that she had to be taken to the hospital. So he's really scarred by that. He's super protective, but it's also fake dating. While this is a billionaire hero, it's one of those things that money's not a problem for him. So anything that happens, it's just not a worry. You want to do this? Not a worry. You want to do that? Not a worry. No big deal. I have the money for that. Also, it's really angsty because it's brother's best friend, fake dating, small town. Everyone knows everyone. The brothers get involved and it's great. It's just, I don't know. Catherine Cowles has been killing it with her series and I really enjoyed this one. I can't wait to read Shadows. So definitely check out this one if you're looking for a super small town romance. The next one I have is Why Are You Here by Verona Jean. So this one is a little bit different billionaire romance because while this is angsty and toxic and this ends on a cliffhanger, this is the first book in a trilogy. So the couple doesn't have their HEA to the end of the book. It's a little bit different because our main male character, he is a famous rapper. So he has made a name for himself, just himself, solo artist, and he collabs with a bunch of different people. He always throws these parties that cost a lot of money. He has a really big house. And while he has a lot of money, it's still he's not throwing it around I'm arrogant about it. He's arrogant about it. I don't know how to describe it, but it's a little bit different romance because she is coming to LA and she's she's struggling a little bit. So she's also a fan of his, which makes it really interesting. But when they meet, they have this really big connection where I don't know, they just have this really good and deep connection that they have these really cool conversations that I really enjoyed. So while this is a little bit different of a billionaire romance, I would highly suggest people check it out if you're looking for more of angsty, toxic. This one ends on a cliffhanger. I'll just throw it out there, but it's really good, very interesting. It really dives into all of that life with the drugs and the alcohol of being a celebrity, basically. So I thought that was interesting. And then we're swinging the pendulum the other way to The Kingmaker by Kennedy Ryan. So this one is a billionaire romance, but it's interesting because Kennedy Ryan always researches everything that she does. And she always puts a very big social aspect and social problem into this book. So this is, I would say, a big political book. So basically our female character, you see that she is protesting the pipeline. drilling. It happened a couple years ago when this book came out. They wanted to drill on Native American land, and she's protesting that. And she meets a boy. She's 17 at the time. He's 22 or 21. He's actually the son of the person who was doing the pipeline drilling, but he is like protesting that. So now there's like a time jump and stuff like that. So now that they're older, he's kind of like going against everything that his father has built, but she doesn't know that. So it's very interesting the way that he has all this money, because like it time skips again, which isn't my favorite. But yeah, this one does end on a cliffhanger as well. So their story continues in The Rebel King, which I have not got to because I recently reread this book, but it is very, very emotional. Kennedy Ryan writes with that Kennedy Ryan way. I don't know how to describe it other than that, but I really enjoyed it. Really, really enjoyed this one. So definitely check out this book. This is the newly published cover with Bloom, which I'm very, very excited for Kennedy Ryan to be picked up. So yeah, definitely check out this one if you haven't already. And the last romance recommendation I have is The Unwanted Marriage by Katerina Mora. So this is the third book in the Windsor Brothers series. And this one, they both have money. They both come from families that have a lot of money. So this one is, I feel like, the most traditional billionaire romance where they both just have a lot of money. And Dion really throws his money around. He like comes back from London after not seeing our female character for a while, but they've been arranged to be married, and she just thought he didn't want anything to do with her, but there was like something that happened that kind of pushed him away, which I'm not going to say because that would be a spoiler. But I really enjoyed this. I think that this one so far is one of my favorite Katerina Mora books, right under Forever After All. And I put that in a Billionaire romance recommendations video earlier this year, so I'll have that linked in the cards in the description box below for you. But yeah, I really enjoy Katerina Mora's writing. This one is super angsty, super steamy, arranged marriage, all that goodness stuff. So yeah, let me know if you're going to pick up any of these books in the comments down below. Drop me the money bag emoji or money emoji because we love billionaires. But that's all I have for this romance recommendations video. Once again, thank you to Pippa Grant for sponsoring this video. I hope that everyone goes pick up The Gossip and the Grump if you're looking for another good billionaire romance with that small town vibe, boss employee, frenemies to lovers, all of that good stuff and really amazing banter. Definitely check out this book. That's all I have for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe for more content from me. As always, I hope you're living a novel life, and I will see you in my next one. Bye, guys.